I'm gonna rush. I never switch. Ice in the wrist. I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch 'cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating 'cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, Be liking my flavor, I think it's cause.
Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the New York Jets. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
You're outside. 44, Mike, 44. Come, baby. Woo!
A first down throw, Darnold. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon. And now it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Darnold. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. Powerful running. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Ty Montgomery. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Down, 50, plant.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
They go with Leonard Fournette, 3rd-year back from LSU. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Minshew, and that is incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road. Take a
Le'Veon Bell. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
91. 54. Let's go, dude. Let's go.
Check 24. Check 24.
22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber. 5.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On the draw, this is Fournette. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Hey, let's get in that hole.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Jaguars nothing.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And Eifert has it. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 37.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
60 or.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Get it.
On 2nd down, Minshew. And that's going to be incomplete. There defensively was Matthias Farley to knock it away. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
Now Minshew, a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is Bell. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Of course, he was solid last week. AFC Offensive Player of the Week award. 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, he's playing at a level right now where he's just breaking down defenses. Makes me remember when I was playing and my defensive back coach told me, listen, if you give up a touchdown pass, that's on me. I didn't coach you well enough. If you give up a second one, that's on you. And if there's a third one, I'm getting someone else in the game.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Here goes Hunt. 26 months. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Check the hot read.
Hello, lady. Check down, set. Nice.
A run by Bell on first down, going to go nowhere as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Got an open man. It's a new one. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to launch this thing way down into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
I'm going to run you over.
Shoot.
Fournette running out of the gun. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And that'll be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. The 30. Past the 20. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Point after try forthcoming. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Avery Williamson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And this one's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Flushed out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Jamison Crowder on the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Airing one out for Crowder. It's caught at the 10. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. A shotgun give to Fournette. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Henry Anderson there on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd and 9, Minshew. And this is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Out of the gun is Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Now this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. Darnold. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running set.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
We're going to sign. 44 to Mike. Red 80.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. From the 38, Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Off of play action, Darnold. He's going to go up top for the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Avery Williamson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Now it's Crowder. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now it's Darnold. And this is Gabriel on the catch. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. A shotgun snap for Darnold. That is caught. It's Perriman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Darnold now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Darnold. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Back now in Jacksonville. For the 4th quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 8.
Box drop. Ready?
Minshew sets to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Avery Williamson. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just...
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A 12-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and through. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now Leonard Fournette. Now, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles. What does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Josh Allen brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here's Bell, and not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And Darnold wants to throw the football. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now fails. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point attempt to follow here. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jets, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Not a damn